What's going on, fam? Don't ever take your ex back. Don't ever do that. Don't ever chase for her or him. Don't ever even think about backstepping in anything in your life. Why? Why do you want to go back? Why is that something that you desire? Is it insecurity? Do you feel like you need to redeem yourself? Absolutely not. Life is transitory. Things change. We're going to all lose people. We're going to all lose relationships. People are fickle. People change. We all change. I change. You change. Sometimes the relationship that you're currently in doesn't align with who you've become. Sometimes the things that you go through shape your life as a person, which causes you to go to different relationships, which causes you to grow out of relationships, which causes you to feel resent for being in current relationships. If your ex left you or you left your ex, don't go back. Because it ended for a reason, young. That relationship ended for a whole reason. Why would you betray yourself, right? Why would you lower your own self-esteem? Why would you put shackles on your own wrist? Because you want to go to a relationship that failed. You want to go back to a relationship that failed. You want to mend a relationship that self-imploded, that self-destructed. I'm assuming you didn't purposely end that relationship. I'm assuming that the relationship couldn't have been all that great if it ended in the first place. So why would you self-sabotage your life to go back to an ex? Or to even have the thought of trying to rekindle that relationship? It's insanity. That is by definition insanity. If it didn't work, why try it again? Like, can we just be real with ourselves there? Can we have self-value, self-preservation? What happened to that? What happened to people respecting themselves? What happened to people valuing their inner peace? Because you're not going to get any sort of peace. You're not going to get any sort of happiness. You're not going to find any sort of gratification from externalities. That comes from within. It doesn't come from the outside. So that goes with the relationships too. Why? Because you form your own perception. You form your own reality. If you're unhappy about something, if you are naturally unhappy about something, you choose to do that. And I'm telling you now, my beautiful people, don't go back. Don't go back. Because if you actually try to go back to that relationship, not only does the relationship now start again on an inherently rocky, shaky ground, like the foundation is already shaky. Like you're building a brick house on top of toothpicks. Like you have to have more self-awareness to know that, hey, this is not good for me. The higher powers in this world, whatever God you believe in, maybe that God took that person out of your life for a reason. Maybe that person has been extracted from your life because they wasn't for you. That wasn't your life. That wasn't aligned with your life path. Time will go on regardless. Forever. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Why are you dwelling on the past? That is a recipe for mental atrophy. You will degrade your brain power, your essence, your life force, trying to fix things that happened in the past. The past is the past. I keep telling y'all. I keep on telling people too, right? Worry about the present. Stop worrying about the past. And please, for Christ's sake, for God's sake, do not worry about the future. Do not worry about the future, yo. Because when you're worried about the future, do you know what that's called? When you're worrying about the future, that's called anxiety, because you're worried about the outcome of things to happen in the future. You're worried about what is to happen. That's called anxiety. So a beautiful way, right, to reduce any sort of guilt from the past or any sort of anxiety from the future is to just stay grounded in the present. Stay grounded. If you have to sit and take a deep breath, just for your sanity, for your happiness, for your clarity, for your self-awareness, you take a deep breath and be like, all right, I'm right here. I'm in this joint right now, living in the flesh right now. Any task that you do, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're brushing your teeth. I don't care if you just woke up. I don't care if you're making you a cup of coffee, whatever. Focus on that. Focus on whatever you got going on right in front of you. Don't be worried about what happened in the past or in the future. That's why you're worried about, should I take my ex back? Maybe you had a bad day. Maybe you're going through it in life. Maybe you're reminiscing on the good times. Maybe you're reminiscing on the warmth that your ex brought you when y'all were together. Maybe you miss the fun times, the laughs, you know what I'm saying, the warmth, the connection. Maybe you miss that. We all miss that. We all miss, you know, the experiences we had with the people from our past that we held dear to our hearts. However, you need to understand that that was a beautiful experience, and it's called an experience for a reason. Okay, you experienced that. And that's something that I'm not saying to just forget about. Hold it dear in your heart, but always keep it pushing, yo. Don't ever stay stagnant. Because when you are trying to go to an ex, you are being stagnant. Or actually, you're being worse than stagnant. Because stagnant means you are just still. You're not going anywhere. It's just kind of just all in one, like it's not flowing. It's not moving. You're not graduating. You are not moving up. You're not elevating. You're being worse than stagnant when you're trying to be an ex. What you're being is regressive. You're not being progressive. You're not trying to move up. You're not trying to move forward. You're trying to go back. Why? Because, like, if you're trying to go back to something that failed, that's borderline, like, a mental issue. That's borderline mental health problems. Like, don't be mentally ill. Stay sane. Stay in your head, man. We need you. We need you. Stay on earth. Stay with us. Don't go bonkers. Don't go crazy, because it's crazy to want to go back to an ex. Let's not do that, y'all. We're better than that. We're all about elevating. We're all about making life better. We're all about growing, prospering. That's what this channel is about. But yeah, that's all I got to say for this topic, guys. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. This is Nico Fleeks, the Warrior King. Oosh!